Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the Snooker Legends 900. This is week 4. Good to see you and great to be back with the guys. The Shirtley, Richardson and Foulds returns. Big week coming up.
I think this is the strongest week of all of them. There have been some great weeks so far, but I mean, all the names, there's about, literally anyone it seems could possibly emerge out of tonight and tomorrow to win the whole thing.
Literally anyone, do we think?
Well, there's a lot of good players. I mean, you got to say there's a good 8 in there at least. Yeah. But certainly Tuesday matches aren't going to be easy.
And of course, a lot of snooker's been played. Last night we saw Judd Trump successful in the English Open. What a champion! What a comeback!
Oh, fantastic! I mean, when you think he was 5-2 down in the semi-final against John Higgins, he's going nowhere. Higgins all over him, and he comes back, and 7-3 down in that final. You almost forget how far behind he was. You know, I mean, Zagander needed to win 2 frames at that point. It looked like it was going to be all over. And
then to put a new tip on in the coming off after that is like, I mean, how do you get used to a new tip? And he's dead right. He's dead right. He's turned it around. Some of those long shots, he did it thick. So he's had to make an adjustment from your normal sight of the shot. He's had to aim thinner. And then he started knocking that one in the cut back into the left black pocket. He was mustard.
Brilliant. It was awesome. It's a busy spell. Nice that you're fitting in a bit of 900 into the mix as well. And Barry Pinch's successful in the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can never count Barry out. I mean, it's just I'm surprised he got beat early in the 900, but the 900 anything can happen.
So he qualifies for the Crucible then for the seniors.
It's great. I mean, he still thinks though he might not be pro, but he still thinks he is one of the best amateurs around, and I think he is too.
And so, sorry,
he is Mr. Snooker, really, isn't he? All his life, devoted to the game. Great guy.
And a very quick reflection on what we saw last week here at the 900. Neal, I know you were watching on. Harvey Chandler becoming the third player to reach the grand final, joining Josh Thomond and Lee Walker.
Yeah, I mean, he has been on the tour. Harvey, I don't know if his time on the tour worked that well. It was just before COVID, I think, a couple of years prior to that. And he didn't maybe do himself justice, but he just reminded us what a good player he was last week.
And what good fun he is. Because he was a great laugh.
He was, yeah.
He's a great lad.
Absolute tonic. And it will be interesting, former tour players, and that's kind of the theme of what we have this week as well. So let's take a look at the outright prices, not for the week, because we've got some very interesting players to come. We're just reaching halfway in season 2, and Harvey Chandler 11-2 now. They're the 3 winners. They're already in for the grand final on the 22nd of November. Lee Walker 15-2, Josh Thomond 10-1, and we get to Michael Holt at 14-1. He's favourite to win the group this week, and he's pretty short on the outrights as well, Foulds.
Yeah, and you know what? If he was to win tonight, he would become the overall favourite. Harvey Chandler at 11-2, he's in the last 8, as you've already said, so that's why he's short. But if Holty won tonight, the hitman, I reckon he'd be about a 7-2 chance to win the whole thing. And
there's going to be a few blasts from the past, is what we love. Our legend this week is Patsy Fagan, the 1977 UK champion. 300-1 on there.
Yes, because he's got such a tough match tonight, against Wayne Cooper. But I'm looking forward to seeing Eugene Hughes. It's been a few years since I've seen Eugene. Obviously, Nigel Bond you got in there as well. Got to be one of the favourites. He's won the shootout. He's always got his cue in his hand. So yeah, I'm liking to see him. Barry Stark there as well. I've had a bit of coaching for Barry Stark. Thanks, Barry. Didn't do me any favours. So,
I'm sure there'll be people watching thinking, who hasn't had some coaching from Barry Stark, Foulds?
Well, Barry Stark actually used to be working in a prison. I mean, I'm not sure if that's where Lee met him in the first place.
God, there's a blow. I was so happy you were back.
We're all started off so loving, didn't we? But yes, we were looking forward to Barry Stark coming up later in the series. For now, though, let's take a look at the outright prices for this week. And I mentioned Michael Holt being a strong contender and very well fancied with the bookies. You got Gerard Green at 9-2, and not just the former tour players this week. We've got a couple that have been to the grand final in season 1. Alfie Lee is one of them, and Philip Williams the other, Neal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quickly on Gerard Green. I said earlier on he didn't do much in the shootout. 3 times he got to the last 16, so he's won matches in that, so he does know how to play it, but he never got beyond that stage. So you can make what you will of that, but he has experience. Yeah, I mean, look, Philip Williams, I didn't really see him getting to the final last year. He had that match with Patsy Fagan. The last couple of balls he got through, that's how he qualified. So you've got to give him some credit as well for that, And Patsy surprised us last year. You never know what he could achieve.
We don't know, because some of the legends have come in, and we saw some of that old magic produced over the last few weeks, haven't we, Lee?
Yeah, I mean, that 48 break Dennis Taylor made last week was just tremendous. Harvey's still talking about it now in his sleep. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a few of those players on there, because Michael Holt's got a tough match tonight. He might be the favourite, but Hamim can play, I promise you.
Yeah, last 16 in the shootout, the year Tepchai beat him, and so he's done well also in that format.
All right, and if you've got your say on tonight or the week, in fact, hashtag at the 900, get involved. It would be lovely to hear from you. Any questions for the guys, and they will be more than happy to answer them. I think, yeah.
Look at what they are.
Lovely. Well, it depends, right? Okay, who are they going to be tipping this week? And we always put them to the test. Pundits' picks. Let's find out where the shirt is at, and Neal Foulds as well. Lee's going with Michael Holt, 7-2, and Wayne Cooper. Interesting contender this week, actually. Former professional from Bradford, multiple amateur titles, and Neal's with Alfie Lee at 11-2, and Ryan Davis at 6-1. So you're going with the youth.
Yeah, I am. And, Alfie Lee was brilliant last year, and I really hope that, in the last year he's able to practice and all that like he was. It's been a difficult year for the Lee family. And, and Ryan Davis, an outsider and a really talented player who's coming through well. So I wish them both really well tonight. And
Ryan has got a lot of experience on TV as well. He's just actually recently played in the English Open at the Brentwood Centre. So that's kind of the youth and the young talent we'd be looking at. What about Wayne Cooper then? You've gone with him as your outsider.
Yeah, I just... Listen, anything can happen, and Patsy did win a couple of matches last year. I just feel that Wayne Cooper's going to win that match tonight, and that puts him through to Wednesday. So, obviously, you're going to look at Michael Holt and Wayne Cooper coming through and playing each other. So one of them is possibly playing tomorrow night, but, I'm just looking at getting my players through to Wednesday.
All about him.
But
yeah, well.
no, I do think I nearly went for the young boys myself, because it's a flick of the coin, and you are looking at two young lads, both quick players, both brilliant potters.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is, should Patsy lose tonight, all eyes are going to be on when we draw them out before tonight's final for the next night and see who draws who. You never know how that's going to work out. So there's always, another way into Wednesday.
Indeed. And the live draw is around about midnight or something. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have our viewers all the way through the evening. And let's take a look at the professionals then. The pros picks, I think it's, 5 a.m. in China. So a couple of the guys might be watching in, of course, in Wuhan. Maybe Neal Robertson is. Neal came up trumps actually last week, didn't he? He went with Harvey Chandler. He's gone with Holty tonight at 7-2. Rhian Evans with Michael Holt as well, and Mike Dunn going with Ryan Davies at 6-1, and Joe Perry going with Michael Holt. I mean, there's a lot of people tipping Holt to win, and I'm not being too harsh, but he was very well fancied last year, and
Sanjay beat him. Sanjay Meghani. Yeah, he had about 6 flukes, Sanjay, but he managed to get the job done.
But I can understand why the players have gone for Holt, because he is a class act on the table. I mean, he's such a good player. I find it difficult to believe that he's not on tour, but there you go. He's a heavy favourite.
Look, everything points to him doing well or possibly winning it. We know he's good enough, but it's like the Grand National. The favourite won't always win that race, because there's too many things that can go wrong, and this is another one of those occasions.
Yeah, I mean, we expect the unexpected, obviously, with the 900, because it is that format, it's that theme, but it's not really turning into some of the results that we've seen at the shootout, for example. It's not a lottery.
No, because when it gets down to 10 seconds, it's you're running around like a headless chicken. You've got 20 seconds all the way through, so you kind of bring some more normality to the game, what they're more used to, Neal. I mean, it's not often that we're struggling for a player to make his mind up. He's hardly ever run out of time yet.
Right, okay, look at it this way. You get to the Wednesday of your week, you've got to win 3 matches in a row, and then all 3 matches on finals day. So when you get to the Wednesday, you've got to win 6 consecutive of these 15-minute, 900 seconds matches. That's why no one's a certainty, because you've only got to come unstuck once and you're beat.
Mm-hmm. And if you can go all the way, it's £10,000, of course, up for grabs. The prize for, once again, season 2. Right, the matches tonight. Let's go straight into them. Michael Holt is up first against Hamim Hussain. And Holty, obviously very well fancied in the outrights, the group betting, everything else, and 4-9 to win his match first up.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we've got to go with Michael Holt, but I saw Hamim Hussein, I was mentioning a few minutes ago, get to the last 16 of the shootout. He actually won a frame 9-7 against Peter Lyons. It's the lowest ever score. He almost plays by ear. He's right under one eye, almost across so far, but he's no mug, so Holt is not a certainty. He's an obvious favourite.
Yep, I've got to go with Holty as well. Yeah, it's a tough match to pick, but I would go Holty. Then I think in Cooper. Then the next one that's a toss of a coin. That one really is. Gerard Green and Ryan Davis.
You're with Gerard, aren't you? And I'm with Ryan on that one. I just like Ryan's game, but Gerard has been around a long time, top player.
Yeah, and Alfie played so well last season.
They both reached the final last year. These two, amazing, isn't it?
That's why you've gone for Alfie. So I thought, well, I'll stick with the old boys.
Yeah,
Phil Williams. For
you
me.
picked out 4, didn't you, for your rackets?
We agree on the first 2. As I say, I'm with Ryan and Alfie, and that pays 11-2, and you went with the bottom.
And I went with Phil Williams and Gerald Green, and that pays 6-1.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, we'll find out who's got it right later this evening. And if you are joining us for the first time, good evening, welcome to the 900. And here are the rules and a full update on what it's all about. Each week consists of 12 players. 8 will play on Monday, with the top 4 progressing to Wednesday. 4 new players will join the 4 Monday losers in a new 8 on Tuesday, the top 4 progressing to Wednesday. On Wednesday, the final 8 play down to crown our weekly champion. The format is repeated over 8 weeks before our weekly champions contest the grand final. Each night will see 7 matches around some new and exciting rules. With ball in hand for any foul, the opportunity is there for any player in our 96 field to become the next champion.
Good evening, you lovely snooker fans. These are the rules of the 900. A frame consists of 15 minutes, which is your 900 seconds, but players have to contend with a 20-second shot clock. There are no timeouts, but a referee can stop the clock if they think it disadvantages another player. Any foul gives you ball in hand, which allows you to place the cue ball anywhere on the table. If you don't pot a ball, you must hit a cushion. Otherwise, it's a standard snooker foul. If at the end of the frame the scores are tied, we enter deadlock, and a blue ball shootout will decide the winner. And finally, folks, the break-off. After you've made contact with the reds, the cue ball must come past the pink spot. And that's it, folks. Don't take too long. Don't miss.
So they're the rules, a very exciting format, and we'll be getting the action underway. First question though, how long were you in jail?
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that. It was a joke. I don't believe he was in jail.
Rather than no, it's not with, listen, but I wouldn't melt.
If Barry Stark is watching, I'm sure he's getting a right kick out of this. Right, first match tonight, we've spoken a lot about Michael Holt, 4-9. Hamim Hussein, Neal mentioned the lowest ever scoring match in the shootout, but he has been successful in that format. 13-8. The bookies have got things very wrong in the last couple of weeks.
He's a pretty cool customer, and I know his brother also plays, isn't he? Well, certainly one of his relations plays in it as well. Yeah, I don't think he got through, but Hamim is a good player. He's very unconventional, though. As I said, you wait till you see him play. You know, he's not sighting the ball right, but he's just got a way of potting them. You know, he's a very interesting player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Holty wins, but you know, stranger things have happened. He can definitely play Hamim, like you said. You don't get to the last 16, and they're big occasions, aren't they? When you're playing on the TV, you hold yourself together. So you know it's busy downstairs. It's a bit rowdy. Or I've just seen Alfie Lee. He said, "Oh, I like it in here. It's all bustling down there." So and he's like the youngsters love it.
I think he was probably the player I enjoyed watching most last year and last season, and even his interviews. You know, he's like, "I'm going to do some damage," which is great, and that's what we like to hear. So Alfie Lee coming up later in the show. But our first match, Michael Holt, strong favourite against Hamim Hussein. These guys itching to get into the commentary box and get the action underway. So we'll see you very shortly. Actually, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the live snooker.
Good evening, you lovely snooker fans. Welcome to week 4, night 1 of season 2 of the 900. What a night we've got. Michael Holt one of the best players in this, definitely. Won the shootout before, lost in the final as well. And he's playing Hamim Hussein. And it's very noisy down there. Much better atmosphere than the solo room, and I still found that quite a good. It's a good response there from a tough position.
Yeah, it's a bit like the shootout, isn't it? It is noisy in here tonight, and it's all adding to the atmosphere. And just watching Hamim Hussein, and we're not going to see it necessarily on this shot, but what I was making the point of earlier, the way he cues, he's got to hit a cushion here, by the way. It's one of them shots where you've got to be making sure that you do, which he's done. But he really cues incredibly over to one side, not under both eyes, not under even one eye. It's just straight across. But anyway, all this will come to light. And we saw last year, didn't we? You know, Michael Holt was the same thing last year. He was the favourite to win the whole thing. He didn't win his game on the Monday or the Tuesday. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock, to say the least. But, you know, this is the format, Neal. It brings it up time and time again.
Table's still quick, isn't it? I think that's the other thing, that's finding out a few players that are maybe not used to these sort of conditions.
I mean, I thought that was a good shot he played there, and it's still come out of the bulk area. I mean, I was chatting to a few players down there, and they saying to me, is it really that fast? I said, you have no idea. The ball just keeps running.
I think Hamim, he's almost decided he has to go for one here. Extraordinary cue action, isn't it? I keep on about it, but the sighting method.
Yeah, I mean...
How's he looking down the line of the cues?
I don't know.
I wonder what the sight right man would make of him, Steve Feeney, and he's got all this equipment, like gadgets and everything. What would he make of it? He's not even looking down at anything. Neither of his eyes are in line with anything, and yet he pots terrific balls. Tell me how he does it. Is it magic? Not on that shot, it wasn't.
No, he planned to be the other side of this red, just sort of underneath it. So first chance to Michael Holt. He's got a nice easy starter.
Yes, and he's worked this well, hasn't he, so far? He's played 2 or 3 immaculate safety shots. He's forced the error from Hamim Hussein, and now he's got the first in, and that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah, and he looks to have got the pace of the table straight away. Just the right side of the blue. He's played a little soft screw shot to be on this red. Same again for the black, where he's punched it in. So he's underhit that a little bit. If this red is a little bit thinner than he wanted, he'll just be going back up the table.
Because some of the problem players have got who drop off the tour, do they still play as much? You know, I mean, with Michael, I know he does a lot of coaching these days, but it's, you know, are they still as driven to practice? And that's the one thing you never quite know about players that have dropped off. Does that mean they just fall out of love with the game? They're not going to have that same routine of going into their club or onto a practice table and putting all these hours because they haven't got the same things to practice for.
Exactly. And I believe that, you know, if you've got nothing to enter, nothing to play in, why are you going to bother?
And that's why I think I admire players that get back on the tour, because they must have put the hours in, you know, with that end result in sight that they're going to get back. And of course, I think Holty surely will get back at some point. It's been a couple of years now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's too good not to be on the tour. But Q School isn't easy to get through. But this is a great start.
He looks terrific here.
Looks very sharp.
was well played also. I mean, he didn't have to play on the loose red, but he chose to, and he can reach it. Well, that's more of a struggle than I thought it was to reach.
He's at full stretch. It's a nice shot. So the left-hand side on the cue ball there when it hit the cushion, just to check it back up so it didn't fall underneath the black.
I don't know if there's a plant, those two reds to the right corner. It looked close from here. I'm not in line with them. We'll find out. Well, I think he's playing on the red by the pink, so I don't think it is a plant. Otherwise, he'd have spotted it by now.
Well, this is a lovely start to the evening, and I expect it to be a high standard tonight, Neal. Could this be the first total clearance?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's finished the wrong side of this blue, but of course he's got the red up the other end. I think we had in the actual shootout, and we're not trying to compare the two, although there is a similarity. I think Mark Allen made 142 at that shootout, which is some effort, isn't it? You know, you think about it. And I think we will see big breaks over the course of. I mean, Onye's made a century already.
Barry Pinch has made a century.
I know one thing. There's a lot of time left, and there's not that many balls left. It's going nicely here. I think that you can get on maybe one of the reds.
The one directly underneath the pink?
Yeah, I think that looks a really precise positional shot. I think he's on it. Top spin now through the other reds, try and get on the black. Well, he's on the pink anyway, but I think he did initially play on the black. Either way, he's going great guns here.
Right, if he's playing position on these two reds underneath the pink spot, he needs to not miss this. Beautiful. This is why he's so strongly fancied. Neal, just first visit. Looks like a frame winning break. That's a very nice positional shot.
He's had it on a string, hasn't he, that cue ball? This is what we expected last season, and of course we were quite disappointed with how things worked out for Michael. I don't think he was best pleased either, but this is the kind of form we expected him to bring to the table. I mean, this is another beautiful little shot.
He's absolutely perfect on every ball. He's had the one stretch red. Everything else has been absolutely perfect position.
Those three reds all lined up like soldiers down the middle. All of them go to the left corner.
So possible 134 on Neal, is there?
Yeah, well, that's right. There is. There's still 6 minutes odd left, which he's not going to be needing. It's going to be an absolute price collapse, isn't there, in his price to win this week and the whole thing, I think, after just one frame alone. Beautiful stuff. 100, and I think Lee's very keen on him making a total clearance here. He's quite excited about it.
It's a tricky green. It's a tricky green, and he's
Especially from
overcooked. Yeah, he's overcooked that a little bit.
I don't know if he can play it with. I mean, you can't play this with lorry loads to the right hand side, and
He's got to try and miss the pink if he's
coming
coming
all
around
the
the
way round.
table.
You'll know straight away if it's any good or not, I think. That's the problem. He had to hit the bottom cushion before the side cushion would have flown round there. But a fabulous break. I mean, he's won it with
eternity to spare here. What about that? Michael Holt, anti-post favourite to win the 900 Series 2, break of 109, perfect frame from the hitman. He's through.
Welcome back. Well, we said it was a good group, didn't we? What a way to kick off week 4 here at the 900. A century break from the anti-post favourite, Michael Holt. Well done, Michael. That was great.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Really, really impressive. How much snooker have you been playing?
Not a lot. I've not really picked my cue up since the last Q Tour 2. So I've had I'm coaching a lot, so I'm doing a few demonstrations, but I've not really hit a ball, to be honest.
Well, that's what I was saying in commentary, Michael, because players that come off the tour, right? I know they want to get on mostly, but maybe the practice is not so intense anymore because you're not on the tour to practice for those events.
I ain't got time. I'm just busy, you know, and I've got a family, so I've got to earn some money, and I've got other things to do. So, I mean, I'm at the stage of my career. I'm 45, and I need to look 25. But I know how to play the game. I just have to keep my eye in, really. And then, obviously, if I get work on the tour, then I'll play more. But at the minute, I just need to keep myself ticking over.
But what is your desire? You know, I mean, do you really want to get back on the tour? Or are you thinking maybe?
No, absolutely, I want to get back on the tour. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is mission number 1 because I can still play. Yeah. So until that day comes when I can't, then I will stop. But if I got on the tour, it wouldn't be impossible that I got the rankings, you know.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was going to ask. You know, how big is the desire to get back on the tour? But I will ask you, has your perspective changed since you've fallen off the tour?
Yes, I mean, I've been on the tour for 23 years. Never even come close to dropping off, apart from the year I did. Dropped off by 1 spot. You know, it's a bit of a disaster, which is a disaster for any player. So for me to drop off, it's like it's tasting that abyss, really. I mean, I'd never known any different. So, but unfortunately, when I did drop off, the world kept spinning, and everything's all right. So hopefully, if I can get back on, you never know, that bit better perspective might, you know, step me good stead. Really.
Listen, what you're saying, you're half joking about it, but what you're saying is right, because all of us have only ever known snooker, and you think you're always going to have it, and what happened to you is you won the shootout, then the points come off 2 years later.
I think COVID didn't help because obviously the less tournaments, you know, lost a big events. I lost in the wrong events, like the World early, but I won in matches in others. Ultimately my fault. It's always my fault, obviously, but it was just one of them things, you know, things went the wrong way and I dropped off. But I'm where I am. I can still play the game, so I have to keep going.
We've heard that, you know, even last season, absolutely, after that break, Andrew Higgins and Martin O'Donnell, you know, he said the same. He said, you know, it actually just gave me chance to just take stock and look where he was, you know, only this week.
Absolutely.
So it just shows you.
Yeah, I think, you know, ultimately I have to get on for that to come to fruition. But I think if I did, then, you know, I'd be chuffed.
All right, lovely. Well, we'll see you again tonight. That is Michael Holt, the 3rd century of season 2. We only had 1 century season 1, so the quality's been really, really high. And Patsy Fagan is up next, our legend, 9-4 up against Wayne Cooper, who's won many amateur events, the very short price favourite. 3-1 on, so we can cross over to Lee in commentary for our second match of the night.
Thanks, Rachel. And I'm very pleased to have Billy Castle in the studio with me.
Yes, Lee. It's good to be back, mate. And what an opening first frame that was from Michael.
And how much sense did he talk in the interview? I mean, it just feels like, how's he not on tour?
Yeah, he's too good not to be on tour, Michael. He's a tour player, and he just proved that, obviously, out there with that stunning display we just see, Lee.
Yeah, it was brilliant. So, on with the next match, Wayne Cooper against the former UK champion Patsy Fagan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Wayne Cooper's a very good player, very steadily. You know, he's not going to do too much wrong. He's got a good safety game. He scores well, and he's up against a legend in Patsy. And that's a nice opener, red. Just need a little bit more pace on the cue ball there, Lee. He's been nicely on the blue.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that Wayne is a great safety player, but he definitely pushed balls over the pocket there. And Patsy rolled in a nice long red, just a little bit soft, but it's taken a long time to think about it here. You know, he stood at the bottom of the table there, Billy. He stood at the bottom. Yeah. And he waited and waited and waited to see where his cue ball's going to land. Where we all knew where it was going to land. So I think you've got to get a move on and walk round to where you think it's going to be.
Yeah, certainly. I think he needs to get a move on there. But even with the blue there, he's ended up waiting till the time when he runs out, and he could have knocked that blue in there and put himself in trouble with a safety shot.
Yeah, that would have been frustrating for sure.
Wayne Cooper, with his obviously good friend Jonathan Bagley, got to the World Doubles final event there back a few months ago and had a good run in it. Steady player though.
And what a long pot that is there. And that's what I expect tonight. Strong field. And, I mean, he's been a bit unlucky there not to land on anything. Or has he landed?
Well, he's done well to find the gap in the first place. To find the gap back through the reds, just in case if he did miss the red, he's getting a good cue ball.
Wayne Cooper 1.
Yeah, Patsy's going to want a little tight and cagey frame here.
But they both potted a nice long ball to get in.
Yep. And this is a thin red he's playing here as well, so it's going close to the pocket. Yep.
It's gone in the pocket. How'd you fancy that, Bill?
Yeah, well, I did look at the angle there, and it was a natural angle going close to the corner. Whether it goes in or not is another thing, but it's a lovely pot again, Lee. He's overdone this cue ball bit here, though. But he's still got a shot on the red. I went down there watching the first match there, and this table is running absolutely beautiful.
I know, we've all been talking about how quick it is. And, oh, it's ball in hand. Here we go.
Yeah, just let that white run a little bit there on that shot.
Right.
I wonder if you play just to land on the black air or just play a little cannon on it.
I think you had to play for the back. I think it's good to get it on its spot. You know,
it's got a nice angle.
It's a big,
as well.
yeah. He can just dead weight it, and that's a nice shot.
8.
Such a good atmosphere down there tonight. It's busy. It's noisy.
Yeah, it's absolutely buzzing down there.
9.
So I watched the first game. Very, very good atmosphere, especially the likes of Michael Holt, Patsy Fagan, got Gerard Green to come. Yeah, you know, some top talent in there.
It's like playing a money match from back in the day. You know, when you just you've organised to play for a few quid, and the club is still happening around you. They don't know that you got money on it, and the rest of the club is just doing its own normal thing.
I do think snooker's missing
15.
that, to be honest, this day and age, especially with the younger generation coming through, to know what it's like to play for a bit of money, a bit of pressure on it.
Yeah.
You know, because they're getting too many practice sessions. They can sit there and knock balls out or pick balls in all day, but they're not overly learning.
20.
I remember you going round to your mates at the bar saying, "Come on, we're going to play a money game. Everybody give me 100 quid." You know, and you go out and you play for 1,000 or 600 quid or 400 quid.
Yeah.
And it was, there was a lot of hustling back in the day. You know, you can't do it anymore.
No,
Wayne Cooper 20.
and that's where you get the players from. You know, the likes of, you look at the players now, Mark Williams, John Higgins, Ronnie Wood, are so good under the pressure because growing up playing in clubs, playing for money, it makes players only.
Yeah. So, I thought it was going to clip the yellow and going off there, but that was a fine shot.
Could be tempted by this red here, having a shot at this. If he gets close to the pocket area, he's not going to leave the reds, and he could get a good cue ball.
I think it's risky, but he's running out of time.
Oh, he might play the cross double as well. This is a good line.
Oh, a nice little kiss off the green to go in behind the brown there, but it was a good shot. He had the line there. It was just make sure he had the weight. Right, so Patsy got to try and... Is that gone in off?
Oh, no.
Wayne
Still
Cooper
ball in
4.
hand, though.
Ball in hand.
There's a couple of fouls
Shot
now.
clock.
I know, I mean, we've had a few fouls, haven't we, in one game? What, 3 or 4? last week or the week.
One.
Wow, I'm not sure on the angle on that, but I think that's a bad shot.
Yeah, it's not great on there, so we might have to run it through up to 2 cushions, play to the red, to the left centre. Well, we couldn't even force much of an angle there. He had to play that with a lot more top and a bit more run inside there for me to push it around the 2 cushions.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised, as I think you were, on how far away he placed the white ball from the red.
Yeah, certainly.
You know, you had to be low on the black there.
Wayne Cooper 8.
So, 8 from that position isn't great. I mean, you've got to be disappointed. Red over the hole, black on its spot.
He's left the red there for Patsy.
Oh.
He struck it well.
He's normally good at that kind of shot as well. You know, last season he potted a lot of those.
He's not got enough, you know, if this red does go, which it doesn't because Wayne's coming around now. Let's have a look at the long reds. But if that red did go, I mean, Patsy should have screwed back a bit more. He's just going to knock the red onto the cushion. And I think he might have tried to knock the black a bit more onto the cushion there as well.
Yeah, 30 up, halfway through the match. Just under 7.5 minutes left.
There is a shot you could play the red to the middle, screw off the other red lead and come back for the black.
Yeah,
It's a big
bring them all into play.
Yeah, it's a big shot, but because that red was just as hard, that was harder if not.
Yeah.
At that angle.
The thing is, all those reds around the pink spot go, you know, if you take them in the right sequence. So maybe he didn't want to put all his eggs in one basket. Well, he's going to have to make his mind up sharpish.
Yeah, well, this is a thin cut. He's coming naturally back here for the black.
Doesn't want to go in off in this corner pocket. No. He's overhit it though.
Doesn't want to be at the back of the pack here though.
1.
So you stick the black on the side cushion, the white ball on in the middle of the black rail.
Yeah, that's what shot I'll be playing there, I think.
And Wayne's probably his first time using the Mark Williams rest.
Wayne Cooper 1.
Yeah, he just didn't get the black enough on that there. It's a decent cue ball though, because Patsy has got it a cushion.
He's clipping thin off this. This is risky with that middle pocket there. How well is he hitting it thin?
Yeah, that wasn't as easy as it looked on the...
That's a great shot from there.
That's a nice shot as well. He's got Wayne in a bit of trouble here.
That was risky as well with that middle pocket there.
Very risky shot.
You had to hit it that thin. His eyes are better than mine.
He's going to try and drop this red into the middle, Lee.
Big shot.
Oh. Oh.
How well has he hit that?
But these middles are very tight.
They are from that angle.
You know, that's a brilliant shot. Just wonder, would you play the little cannon on the... Well, they all go here. Just load the cue ball on that pink, which he has.
That was the shot.
Because this table's so quick, the white can run away from you quite easily, so I was thinking...
He hasn't covered everything there. He can't have covered everything there. Surely not.
That's so
Do you know what he has? That is unlucky.
Patsy Fagan
I
6.
mean, he has played the cannon on the pink perfectly there, and every single red goes, and he's not on one.
And he's not 2 reds onto the cushions, Lee.
Yep. I mean, he doesn't look as cheesed off as I'd be.
And look at this, he's come to the table now and he's hampered on the shot. It is a chance for him though, still 4 minutes left, he's 25 behind to get a red back off the cushion here.
Yeah, would you play the one
nearest to him.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
he's got
'Cause
a big,
it's just easier to get the cover on this red over the corner.
yeah, like he's played that.
And
It's
he's
a nice
played
shot.
a good shot there as well.
So Wayne could be forcing the play in the red off the cushion and just leaving the white onto the side cushion.
Yeah, because the black spot's free as well for the black to go on. If it's a couple of shots and this could go pear-shaped for Wayne.
He's trying to dig into the cue ball. This could go wrong.
How well has he played that? That's a difficult shot on this table.
Needs the white to cannon up. Something. Has he got away with it, Lee? I think he has.
It doesn't matter. Just because he hasn't left the pot on doesn't mean he's got to go for it. That didn't quite make sense, but you know what I mean. Under 3
He's
minutes.
going to try and swing this around the angles here. This looks good. Go on the yellow. Because you know when you're swinging around, if you're close to that blue coming back up the inside, you know you're going close beyond the yellow.
Yeah, and of course you've got the green in the middle of the brown and the yellow as well.
Yeah.
It just gives you a bigger area to get a snooker.
You could play the pot to the middle pocket here, but leave the cue ball in a position. Oh, he's playing this red fair enough.
Yeah, you've got to play this one because if you played the red in the,
White could be
in the
going
middle,
close to the corner pocket though.
One.
if you play the red in the middle
I
and
just
you miss
think you
it,
could
you
have
leave
screwed
it.
back a few inches, and then
You're still
you know.
leaving him the same shot. Just wants to stick a colour safe in the cue ball on the side rail. It's 2 minutes left.
Yeah, yellow on the side cushion, white
Yep.
up tight on the middle of the baulk cushion. He's got brown and green there for a big target.
Wayne Cooper, 1.
Something's got to happen quite quickly early. He's stuck this red up as well for Wayne. So, you know, he could take his time now.
Yep, he's running that clock down. 20 seconds, folks, that's what you've got. 20 seconds per shot. Okay, give him a slight chance here.
Just got area up here, Patsy. You don't need to feather too much.
Maybe slightly. So pink in the middle, screw back for the red in the opposite corner.
Come on then, Patsy.
You can hear the crowd getting involved.
Well, he needs a free reds, Lee.
8.
If that red doesn't go, he's got a nice angle here, just off the side cushion. And
He's got a great angle there.
Patsy Fagan, 8.
Well, that's it. You let
That's it.
you let the seconds run down now. So I have to say, Patsy's been unlucky this frame there with that split
he has.
because he was perfectly in.
Even a few times where Wayne's not played the greatest of shot, he's either left a manfred or, you know, tricky shot or something's gone safe. But
Well, for me, it was all about that split. You know, if he gets a better split, he makes
it's a different
he makes
game.
unbelievable. So there we have it, folks. Wayne Cooper through to tonight's semi-final, and we'll get him in the studio straight after this break.
2 matches in, week 4, and 2 bankers doing the business. Wayne Cooper, the latest to join us here in the studio after beating the legend Patsy Fagan. How did you feel out there? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very, very nervous.
Really?
Really nervous. When obviously before you start, you think, oh, it's not too bad. But once you address the whiteboard, you're like, oh, wow. The nerves just come back. Like, it's been a long time since I felt that nervous before. Like,
And what did you think of the speed of the table?
ridiculous.
It's quick, isn't it?
It is.
All the players ask you, how quick is it really that quick?
Yeah.
And you go, listen, wait till you're on there.
It's like an ice rink. Again, it's lovely to play on, but you need to play it a bit more.
Yeah.
Because of the speed.
I mean,
it
how
is.
well has Michael played in the frame before? I take it you were watching it.
Yeah, we're watching it. That was hard to follow that, wasn't it? Like, why do I have to be on next and follow that?
Well, you're going to have to go on and play him now.
Yeah, well.
But listen, you'll be fancy it. You're a former professional. You've been on the tour a couple of times.
I have, yes, many moons ago, but yeah, 08 and 99, fell off slightly, but yeah, it's good. The senior stuff's good. What Jason's done is fantastic.
You've won lots of amateur events, and obviously you're a good player. They're telling me that you got a big chance to maybe do well in this. So good start.
It's one frame, and anything can happen. I think the hardest thing is dealing with nerves. If you deal with nerves quickly, then you'll be okay, because one frame, anybody's capable, especially in this field tonight.
And you also need a little bit of luck, don't you?
Yes.
Or bad luck on Patsy's part, because he's gone into that pack there because he's probably feeling like he can't hold the white ball at that pace. He's hit the pink. He's got a red over the pocket, another red's covered that, and then the two reds that go underneath that, they've covered each other as well. He's got to play a plan. I mean, you must have been thinking, he's going to take these few.
Yeah.
Because the first red he's rolled into the middle. What did you think?
Yeah, what a shot that is. It's one of them you take out of 10. If you get it once, you're happy.
Exactly.
And he's got it, and you're like, well, if he gets them fair play.
But you know your opponent always digs the ball in like that, don't they?
Yeah.
Tremendous. Anyway, well done, mate.
Brilliant.
Yeah, good stuff. And you couldn't be with us last season.
No, work commitments. Summertime last year, it's the job that I do is quite busy, and there were just too many people off at the time to get off, so I couldn't come down. But this time they give me time off to come down to this one, so I'm very grateful for that, and very grateful for being invited to come and play.
And that was because it was the World Cup, so we were quite unlucky that it fell at that point.
Summertime, it's warm weather. Obviously, the job I do is deliver beer, so it's...
Okay, listen, it's a very important job you do.
Don't get some to my house. Can't get some to my house, can you?
Congratulations, well played, and we'll see, of course, Wayne a little bit later up against Michael Holt. Next for us will be Gerard Green, another former tour player tonight. A very, very strong week. 4-6 the favourite. The first two have won. Can he do the business up against a tough opponent, the young Ryan Davis? 11-10. Let's join Neal Foulds in commentary. He's alongside, first up, Billy Castle.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Welcome back, folks, for third quarter-final of week 4 between Gerard Green and Ryan Davis. It's Gerard Green who's going to get us underway. Welcome back, Neal.
Thanks, Billy. Battle of left-handers here. One with a lot of experience. Ryan, a very talented player, felt for a couple of seasons now. I've seen him in a few events, shootout, and one or two others.
Yeah, he's a very good youngster, as Ryan. He's tapping on the door to become a professional. He's had a good few events to start the season off. And that's a lovely long red. Where's the cue ball? Oh, it's okay.
1.
And Gerard Green.
Green ball.
He spent, I think it's about 29 years as a pro, I believe, he was telling me. So he's got a hell of a lot of experience.
Ryan Davies 1.
That's just the up and down safety there from Gerard. Nicely played.
Looking at Ryan Davis, of course, he did play last week in the English Open, didn't he? He won his first match against Bradley Caldroy, who's also played in the 900 as well. So he got a match won. Good to see him being allowed to play at the venue. Those two players played a preliminary, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was maybe the English under 21 ranking series last year where they finished, and it's nice for them to play at the venues to get a feel for it all.
He ended up losing to Elliot Slesser, which was lost by 4-2 in the end. So he took in good player. Elliot Slesser's a good player, although I noticed Elliot was beaten today by the new Chinese boy that wins this Me Go Chang, he hits the business.
1.
Anyway, that's another story.
That's nice opening red there from Gerard.
Because Gerard dropped off the tour once before. I remember very vividly what happened. It was all down to his last match in the World Championship qualifiers, and he was miles in front of Peter Ebden. Ebden came back to win it, and that dropped him off the tour. But he's got back since. Now he's off again. So this stage of his career is finding it more difficult to stay on, I think.
Yeah, he's finding it tough. Gerard obviously at that stage of the career, and to keep getting himself motivated after 30 years as a pro, it's a little bit tough. But
1.
he does have aspirations of still being a professional.
It comes down to if you still like playing, I think. I mean, sometimes towards the end of a player's career, they can be on the tour and they're not really enjoying it. They're doing it because they know it's their way of earning money, and it's what they do, I suppose. But if he still likes playing, then all the better.
Yeah, and he's got a job at the minute as well. He's
Ryan
driving.
Davies 1.
Does a lot of driving and
Oh,
stuff.
is that right?
Yeah, I was just speaking to him earlier, and he said all I've known all my life was snooker, so actually to go and get a job was quite tough. And where he's a driver and stuff, he doesn't have to interact with too many people.
No, I wish him well with all that, because it is difficult. I'm saying the same with Holty, that snooker, and you're the same, Billy, it's our lives. It's always been our lives. I mean, as a youngster, when you're 16, 17 years of age, you're just in the snooker club all day. You've always got the snooker cue in your hand. As you get older, it's not so easy, but it is completely a way of life. So any other ways of earning money, good luck to him, I think.
Yeah, certainly no. Because all Gerard had known all his life since a kid in the pro was snooker, and to actually go and get a job now it's a different world, and something he's not used to, waking up going to work instead of going to a snooker club. It's a
It's a low old score of this one, isn't it? Hang on, he's just about going to hit a cushion here.
Yeah, this is both very good tactical players, and Ryan's, I know he's a young lad, but he got such a good head on his shoulders. This tactical game. He's a very good billiards player actually as well. I believe he won a few tournaments as a billiards player.
That's quite unusual for a youngster these days to play billiards. It's a skillful game. And they always used to say that billiards would help you snooker as a player. I never really saw it that way, but I suppose it helps your touch and your knowledge of where the balls are going and all of that, really. I mean, Steve Davis was a good billiards player.
Yeah, obviously angles made for snookers and laying snookers. I've actually last few months and my year have played a little bit billiards myself, and I quite enjoy finishing on a 200 up with someone. It's quite enjoyable.
What's your highest break at billiards?
It's not much. It's only probably 70 odd to be fair, but it's just I want more balls on the table now.
No, but listen, I mean, we're talking about this. We're not going to get off this frame too long, but billiards. I mean, I've made centuries at billiards, but not many. But if you played it for a week or two, you'd definitely make centuries. But it's that kind of billiards they used to call snilliards, basically, where you're doing a lot of potting of the red. Anyway, we don't want to get away from this match too much, because these two, we've been 6 minutes and there's not much in this. He's got the pink here that goes, I think.
Yeah, and this could go to the black spot afterwards. So it's got a couple of reds below the pink here that goes. So Mark's just checking the spot, see if it goes back on. If Ryan will be open, it does go on the pink spot, the black spot, sorry, and it does.
Played that really nicely. Nice pace. He's got the perfect angle. I mean, when you get the bunch like this, if you don't hit that top red squarely, then you can slide off. If he slides off left side, you can go in off into left corner. I don't think off the right side would send the cue ball in off, because the reds weren't shaped that way. That could have worked better, couldn't it?
Could have been a little bit better there, Neal, like you said. Could have been nicely on one of these reds. A tricky little pot here to the middle pocket. These middles are nippy on this table.
Yeah, it was never in, was it, that one? Never in. handy lead, but there's a lot of time left. I just wonder how much of a price collapse there might be on tonight, on the whole of the fourth week, and the outrights, because of the way that Holty played. I mean, it could be a lot of people will climb on now, thinking he's a good thing, because he played a brilliant frame, has to be said.
Yeah, absolutely inch perfect frame he's played there.
It's like textbook, wasn't it? He waited for chance, good chance, about 4 good safety shots. When the chance came, 100 break.
Yeah, it's a perfect frame, really. But in this format now, anything like I say can happen. Next frame, it could a little bit could go here and there against him.
Yeah, of course, absolutely right. Now that was not one of Gerard Green's best ever shots, was it? He's trying to get behind the black, didn't hit it hard enough.
Of course, Ryan won't mind with a green and black as a tool at the minute in this frame.
He's a really nice cueman, Ryan Davies. I like his style. You know, just the way he is. Good hands, good technique. He's got a real talent. I mean, I don't know how far that will go, because you can never tell. But there's no reason why he shouldn't improve more and be a real handful, I think. How do you see him as a player? You know plenty about him as well.
Yeah, Neal, I've seen him around. I've played him a few times, and even when you play him, he's such a tough competitor. He's such a tough player to beat. You know, he's one of them. If you do beat him, you've earned the right to beat him, and he's been doing well this year. He's got to a shoe tour semi-final, I think, and a quarter-final maybe. He's a very good player. He's got all what it takes.
He's going to try and... Well, that's pretty well played, actually, because he couldn't quite not hit the green, but, you know, he's hit a cushion. He's 24 in front. He's got Gerard Green in the you-know-what here. He's got him in all sorts.
Wow.
Well, it's just like he played a conventional safety shot, isn't it? As if he didn't play it off the bolt cushion first.
Well, this could be a game changer in this frame.
I reckon he just hit those, you know, and got lucky, but he might tell us otherwise if he wins.
I did see you walk around to have a look. I'm not sure if there's a plant on there. I couldn't see a plant.
It's not the worst kiss you've ever seen. At the moment, Gerard is not getting many chances, is he? Let's be honest. Not much is coming his way. 5 minutes left.
And that was a tough shot there he's tried to take on.
Yeah, this is... You get a lead, you might not want to play that red he's closest to, that's why he's looking at a different option. Gerard Green's one of a little group of players who are really good pals in the game. You see him play his shot now, you know, the likes of Joe Perry, Barry Hawkins, lads from that part.
Yeah,
they're
Mark
all
Davis.
pals. Mark Davis, a real friendly bunch, aren't they?
Jimmy Robertson's another one.
Yeah.
One of my good friends.
He's a good lad, Jimmy. But all these little group, I think, have made good friendships with each other over many years.
Yeah, all practice partners and
yeah,
good friendships. I mean, you always see them on tour together.
That's right. And I know that, you know, Mark Davis obviously went off the tour, but he actually ended up getting back on when Joe Perry beat him. But I know that all the lads have rooted for Gerard in his important matches to stay on as well. So, anyway, good to see. But no friends out there on the table. And he's played a good safety shot there. He's playing the long game, if you like, here, Gerard, isn't he? Because
yeah,
he's 24 behind, and he knows he can afford to wait a few shots more. But at some point, he's going to have to make a move to get back.
Yeah, Ryan, he's tough. He's such a, like I say, tough player to get a chance out of.
Played that with a bit of right-hand check, didn't he, to miss the 3 reds on the way back.
Yeah, look where the cue ball's landed. But you could get this red a bit more cushion here. Still, I'd say only 3 red, 3 blacks.
What a shot that is.
Oh, wow. The red goes just below the bunch there, I believe. You can just screw this black back here. And he's going to be on the red.
Terrific shot. Now, when the black respots, does it scupper things?
I think it does.
8.
He won't be happy. In fact, he'll be really angry about that because he's played a good shot there.
I don't reckon this red goes by looking on our camera angle. What did Neal? What a shot that is.
Well, I agreed with you. I didn't think that, but it went all right. And he didn't want to leave the other red on, but he felt he had to do something. I mean, he's not short of time. 2 minutes, plenty of time. So now just the red and the black from being all square. Getting interesting this frame.
Yeah, he's got to drop this red in there. He's played it nicely now, confidently.
Very nicely. This puts everybody all square, but he won't be looking to tie anything because if he pots the black, gets on the red, he'll just nose to the front. So we're all square now, and he's got this red to the middle. There's pressure on it because he's done hard work to get back into it.
Yeah, I thought we might have tried to get a bit closer to these reds. Maybe on off the cushion, but he's given himself a chance here.
This is missable, you know.
That's a tough shot.
Bit on this one, there is. Just had a feeling about that one, a bad feeling. He'll be hopping mad about missing that.
Ryan will be pleased coming back to the table now with a chance to seal victory. Oh,
he's just got the 1 point. Now, this is getting very interesting here because what he'll do, he'll probably have to play safe. And there could be that Gerard has a good big yahoo at a long red and level things up.
And he's already knocked a brilliant long red in Neal. Started the last little 20-odd break there he had.
So Gerard's got probably a shot here.
He's got time.
And will he have time for anything to follow it? If this goes in, it could be at deadlock. It's possible. Oh, he's missed
Is it in the middle?
Ball's flying around everywhere. Is he going to get another chance? Well, I should think that Ryan Davis will thwart that. He's walking very slowly, isn't he? The pitches have all been slowed down.
Yeah, that's going to be that.
Well, there you are. He played the long game there, didn't he? Got home. Gerard Green battled back. He just missed that one ball. Ryan Davis has won tonight. He's through to tonight's semi-final. We'll hear from him and look forward to it as well after the break.
Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations to our third winner of the night, and that is Ryan Davis. It got a little bit twitchy out there, real close frame. You must be delighted to win.
Yeah, just happy to get over the line there. I just didn't think I was going to get back to the table after he knocked that great red into it.
I know, because he got right back to level, and then you potted the red to get in front. Yeah. I wondered, did you just make sure there a little bit?
No, I tried getting on the black, but I just didn't go for the ball.
Yeah, which gave him one sort of shot to get back at you. Yeah, I mean, you know, by the way, I've got bad news for you. You're one of my tips for the week after what I've seen of you, so that's not good. How did you enjoy playing the English Open? I saw you playing on the first day.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Elliot's lesser beat you.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I played to my best, but it's a good learning curve for me.
And what about the tables and conditions? Were you at home and all that?
Completely different to what I'm used to, so that was half of the battle.
Yeah, but it's good to be playing all the top players. I mean, Elliot is a really good player, isn't he? So still a learning curve for you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's just a good chance to play some of the top players, so that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
And is snooker all you're thinking about, dreaming about, sleeping?
Yeah, it's all I've done all my life, really, since my dad started when I was younger, so that's all I want to do, really.
And how hard are you working? You've got your coach with you tonight, John Falmouth.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the club with me most days of the week, so does a lot of work with me.
This is a man who lets his snooker do the talking. He's like a silent assassin. You saw that tonight. Right, watch out for him, this boy. He's gone a long way.
I've chatted Ryan before. You've been successful at the shootout, haven't you, a couple of times on TV? So no stress, no drama. It was a close one, but he's over the line, and we'll see Ryan a little bit later this evening. Our next matchup, it's Alfie Lee. He made the grand final, son of Stephen. He's age 13 against Philip Williams, another grand finalist from last season at 6-5. So what a match, what a clash. Let's rejoin Lee and Billy in commentary.
Thanks, Rach. So, the fourth quarter final this evening, Alfie Lee and Philip Williams. If you've had an acca and you've picked Foulds' acca, you're sweating on Alfie Lee to win this one, because he's picked 3 out of 3 so far, so it's all on this.
Yeah, that's a tricky one to call, this one. Obviously we've got 2 finalists of last year, and Alfie Lee and Phil Williams. You know, both won their groups last year, Lee.
Yeah, and it was a proper scrap as well, wouldn't it? Went down to the last couple of balls, the last couple of seconds. So, first long ball missed by Phil.
Yeah, Alfie's got a chance at this red. He's just left-handed, so he's going to be a little bit stretching. Well, he's played the safety shot there. So it's early doors. I thought we could have had a go at that red there, Lee.
Yeah, I think it was exactly like you said. He was stretching, so you know he wasn't comfortable on it, and then I think he went off to get his little 6-inch butt that he puts on the bottom of the cue for a little bit of extra length, and he just didn't get enough time. You know, he sort of, you know, you might as well play a solid safety.
And he did play a nice safety shot there. He covered the pack of reds, and I'm just coming round to have a look at this red Alfie and see if it does go. I don't think it goes, so
it's going to be screwing off the side of this, so he hits the side cushion first. That's the best way to play it in the 900.
That's nicely controlled, that shot there, Lee.
Yeah, and it's more attacking to play it that way. You know, you're spreading more balls out. You know, didn't quite reach the bolt cushion, but it's a good safety shot.
He's over it, this one.
I think he was running out of time a little bit. You know, he put a quick one in there. I think, you know, he was always going to play that. He was always going to play that shot, so why not get down so you can have a little bit more time on it? Because he must have seen it straight away. This is the problem. I mean, he's a great player, but, you know, just needs to be a little bit quicker in this format. But like we keep saying, he did well last season.
Yeah, Alfie's placed a nice safety shot so far.
Right, so what has he left here after that mistake?
He's got away with a couple so far. I mean, he's over it a few safety shots, so he's missed it a couple.
Be careful he doesn't screw. Oh, that's a good safety shot. I thought he was trying to chip that in the middle. So he got away with that, Phil.
Yeah, he's trying to play this red, so you've got to make sure he gets this not too thin, so he's going to catch them 2 reds on the way back up here. He's played it perfect.
But you see what he did then? He saw his shot and got down on it straight away, so it gives him a slightly longer time on the shot.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. You know, give himself as much time on the shot, down on the shot as possible. It's a good shot there, because you know, as a snooker player, we played that shot loads of times where you're trying to pot the long red but pushing off the other red to bring the cue ball back into bulk.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot, is it?
No.
It can go wrong. That, my friend, is a good safety
That's
shot.
a nice shot.
I don't think you'd have stopped me going for it.
This is a tester for Alfie. Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Yep, so first blood to Alfie. So just looking that the blue's got a full pocket into the middle pocket. In and out of bulk.
Good call, Lee. Yep. Up and down nice. Look at this cue ball keep going, look.
6.
So you would have wanted that to stop to at least 4 or 5 inches. So you could have been a lot straighter on this red. But still a lovely shot he's played up and down. Rapidly this table.
Yeah, he's had a little moment there. He's thinking, I haven't hit this too hard, have I? So we wanted to put the cue ball in the middle of the table for the red below the blue.
9.
Well, he's judging the pace very well, Billy.
Yeah, he's got a nice cue action as Alfie, and as a left-hander as well, where the black is. He could be back on the spot very shortly.
10.
He's getting some coaching from someone.
Foul.
Oh!
10. Phil Williams 7.
He's done the Dennis Taylor.
Well, Mark hasn't given him the ball. Come on, Marky Mark.
Stop the clock, please.
You were sharp on that foul though, Lee. Wow.
So you can see that is a great angle there. The red goes, screw up for the black. So this is where you want to take your time, Billy. You know, use the 20. This is perfect for him. Use your 20 seconds, and then, you know, take what's there. Try and keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah, he's just got to roll this in. He's got the red above the black spot here.
8.
I just wonder if he can take the red by the black spot, which that frees the black up. He's played that nicely.
9.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
That was easy to decel on that, wasn't it? That's when you're slightly high and you don't want to lose the white ball.
He had a long bridge hand as well there, queuing off the cushion.
Yeah, feels quite long off the bridge hand anyway, don't you think?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
I've
he
watched
says he has to because of the you know, wearing the glasses.
16.
You know, I've watched him play quite a few times now, especially in the World Seniors events up here. And so he's a very, very good player.
So solid.
The amount of pros that he beats in the qualifiers up here, it's remarkable.
Yep. Yeah. Well, look at that. That's a very clever shot he's played there.
Yeah. So he knew he couldn't go in off there, so red was blocking the pocket. He's got a perfect angle on the blue here for the red back in the left centre.
I wonder why he doesn't play at this pace in the seniors. Because he's not having a problem with it at the moment.
No, certainly not.
Played that with a little bit left-hand Cecchino. So what's the shot now, mate?
Oh, I'm not sure if that red goes at the bottom of the cluster there. If it doesn't, you know, he could try to play a little cannon there.
Looks like he's digging down on the
Yeah,
white,
play
so
a
he
little
could be
cannon
playing
on
into the pink.
On the pink, yeah. Not too hard. But you know, you need to come from the other side of the pink there.
28.
If he does decide to take this red on, it's a tricky pot. These are not easy to the middles. Yeah, he's played the right shot, I think, on that one.
Phil Williams,
Yeah,
28.
he's playing the granite snooker.
Alfie's just come round to see if there's a plant in the pack. I don't think there is.
So I think he's trying to play a shot to nothing here.
Oh.
How close was that?
Wow. That's a good cue ball he's got, though. .25 points of lead there, Phil's got. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, good
His
shot.
safety games, his last few shots has been quite good, to be fair. Oh, look at that.
Got the hamper. What a horrible shot.
That's well played, really, Lee.
From there, it was
From
a
where it
tough-
was.
And he's got, you know, a few more reds out. He's got to make his mind up.
Four minutes left on the clock. Well, he is getting very close to these pots. That's a good shot. He's got a shot here. We can play this red right off the black spot. Thin. Try and get the cue ball back up in body yellow pocket.
Yep, you're playing this with right hand side, Billy.
Yep, that's the shot. He's getting more comfortable out there now, Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets just one too thin as Alfie.
Yeah, do you think he tried to play the sort of plant to move the red from over the pocket there?
Oh, he didn't want the bump. If he didn't have that bump, he might have covered that red by the pink. Yeah, so he'd like to play off the two cushions here. Try and lead the black to the middle pocket. He can run round. Oh, he's missed a pot. And he's left this red.
That could be a major mistake.
He shouldn't have missed that red, Lee.
That was a bit of a shock.
His table's so quick. He's the wrong angle really on this black, but he's okay. He can just leave the white on the cushion. Just play this red now, lead down the cushion.
8.
Bit of run inside, back up for the blue. Alpen side, as we should call it.
Yep, you called it. So underhit it though, so he's the wrong side of the blue now.
Yeah, he needs to play a good shot here. Just seeing that, is that a plant that you just had a look at? Off the top of them three reds. There's a bit of distance in the two reds.
I think so, unless he's trying to chip it. I think it could be the plant. He's down.
Or does this red go?
The red might go.
Oh. I would have been tempted by the plant there, to be honest. Come back up for the blue.
Yeah,
The way it was
difficult
on our
to
angle.
see.
It was
Yeah.
tough where we'll see where we sit in the camera angles, different angles where Alfie is out there live playing. That's got closer. He's missed an easy red the last shot, so it'll be in the back of his mind. But no mistake with that shot. He did let the cue ball travel though, Lee.
Yeah, for me, he was, he was always going to play that red. And I just think he should have been down on the shot quicker, just to give him that more time. He's always going to play that red.
He's just got to drop the blue in there, hasn't he? He's not leaving the red if he did miss it.
Yeah, that seems...
I mean, he has got a chance of chipping this red in now.
Yeah.
Because if he dropped the blue in... Right, try doubling it.
I thought he might have tried the cannon there. The in-off, sort of in-off the red onto the red to knock it in, maybe, but... I think it might have been shrewd thinking from Phil. Because all he's got to do is hit this and it's all over. So, Phil Williams ruins the ackle, the Foulds the acca. So, we'll get Phil in the studio next, folks.
Welcome back. The semi-final lineup complete then for week 4 at the 900, and congratulations to Philip Williams, who joins us in the studio. Well done, Philip. You made the grand final in season 1, and it's lovely to see you back, actually. How did you...
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm slow, but
you got a great chance, and you got to make the most of it in this format.
Yeah, you just got to try not to make any easy mistakes, which I did. I missed the red, and I should have lost the frame from it, really. But that's how it goes. I know he made a foul, but in the end he did have another chance and he missed that red. But that's how it is when you play in 15-minute format, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think you're slow, mate, but my mate's stats tell me you are. he knows everything. But yeah, no, I mean, it feels good player, so he sees the shot straight away. So it just sometimes you need to make up your mind, don't you? And you can and ah, but yeah, it's another 900 demolition.
Philip, you were floating around there. There was a bit of Mark Williams about you. You know, you were deceptively quicker than.
Well, I don't rush.
Yeah.
I don't rush it out of it.
That's all right. You're just a nice, laid-back character, aren't you? Yeah. And actually, I was watching on with Neal Foulds. We were saying there's a lot of the griff about Philip, but you tell me there should be for all the time you guys spent together.
Yeah, he coached me when I started professionally. He coached me like 8 hours a day sometimes. So I haven't got a choice, really. I got to play like him.
And in terms of playing now, how much do you enjoy the game still?
I still enjoy it. I enjoy coming here. Jason's put terrific events on. Yeah, I love playing in Reading. Yeah. I don't play much. I don't practice with anyone.
Do you coach at all?
I do a bit of coaching.
Okay.
Not as much as I want to do, but.
You did a bit of coaching with me, didn't you? I ain't picked my cue up since. If that's how I got to play, I'm quitting for good. No, it did help me, though. He knows what he's talking about because he pulled me up on it straight away, didn't you?
Yeah. No, I do enjoy it. And I'm fortunate I got a table in the house, so I just have an hour here and I don't play against anybody.
Well, you've learned from one of the very best, haven't you, in Terry Griffiths, and thinking of Terry and all his family. And also in terms of Connettley and the area, in terms of snooker and players coming forward, how's it looking?
Yeah, well, obviously Jamie Clark's from Connettley. Matthew Stevens obviously played most of his career in the Terry Griffiths matchroom. You know, he's one of the best in the world. Daniel Wells.
Any young guns coming through?
Not that I've put my eyes on.
Okay, not yet, not yet. Well, those eyes are good, still good, after what we saw there. So congratulations, and we'll see you.
It's bedtime now, yeah. So.
It's not bedtime yet.
Oh, yeah, mate.
You've got a semi-final to play.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Up against Ryan Davis, and that will be coming up very soon. But up first will be Michael Holt, 8-15. Absolutely dazzling display earlier. A century break in the first match from Michael tonight. The warm order up against Wayne Cooper at 11-8. So back to the arena we go, and back to Foulds in the commentary box.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. We're almost set then for the first semi-final of the evening, and the hitman Michael Holt against Wayne Cooper. I mean, look, Michael Holt was brilliant. He played the perfect frame. You know, he played 4 good safety shots. The chance came, he extracted the chance, and basically from then on in, you know, Hamid Hussain didn't really get a chance. It was a terrific performance. A century at break of 109. This is another frame though, Lee, isn't it? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you see the little the smirk on Michael Holt's face there when he got the rest out, because he won't have seen anything like that before. And it's funny how some of the players are getting the new Mark Williams rest out, and they got a little grin on their face because they don't quite know what to make of it.
No, but it can do good things. I mean, I'm sure. I'll have to have a look at those. You can use it as a spider or anything, can't you?
Yeah, you can actually get it underneath the cushion as well for the you know, it's got a short cross end, so it means it goes right under the cushion for you to get the V.
Oh yeah.
Sort of over the. It's good.
Coco's turned up as well.
Yeah, I know. It's sharp. It seems like it's gone real quick tonight.
Oh, he's missed one. He's missed one.
Yeah, got away with it though. So
the wheel's fallen off. Do you think?
He played a perfect frame to start off with. You know, but listen, there's no way you can continue like that. The game's too difficult.
This is it, isn't it? You know, and he could well win the whole thing. And of course, if he does, we'll all be saying, well, we all knew that, really. But it's not as simple as that. What's this all about? Do you play some kind of a exotic cross double screw in for safety there?
I just think he caught it a bit thick. You know, he got plenty of screw on the white ball because he saw it arc in the middle of the table to try and create the angle to get it down. But I was going to. Did that go? Did he? I don't think he played that. So these two are both through to Wednesday's finals night, which is what really matters. So now they're playing for £500 tonight. So they're really playing this match for a minimum of 250 quid.
Yeah, and I think whoever wins tonight, the pressure's off them as well, waiting for Wednesday. You know, they're in good form. They've got a good few games on the table. So they'll go into Wednesday, whoever wins tonight, with good feelings. I'm sure even someone that gets to the final tonight, of course, it's awkward for the players who lost tonight. I mean, you know, you think about how it's been. I mean, Hussein didn't really get a chance against Holty. Patsy Fagan was a bit unlucky. This is the problem you've got, isn't it? Gerard Green lost by a point as that goes in, and Alfie Lee was unlucky, wasn't he? It was a shirt foul, let's be honest, it's cost him.
Yeah, well, I mean, a shirt foul, it happened to Dennis Taylor last week, but you know, the unlucky for me was Patsy, you know, going into the pack and having all those reds in perfect positions and not being able to pot one of them. But you know, we've got some good players joining us tomorrow night as well. You know, you've got the losers from tonight, and then you've got Cameron Holt, who's qualified the difficult way from the ranking list. You've got Matt Glaspie, who's a top quality amateur in his own right. Gary Thompson, all the way from Scotland. You know, I haven't seen Gary play that often, but he's a good player. Was a bit unlucky when we had all the COVID bans and all the rules in place. Because he had to pull out, you know, it's just bad luck. And then you got Connor Benzie, you know, what a good player he is.
Yeah, he's a good player, so I look forward to tomorrow as well. And this match is, you know, it's been a bit of a slow burner, to be honest. 3 plays 1, and that's not in either, so it's not looking such an easy game this time around.
So this isn't a bad chance, though. As Wayne gets the Mark Williams rest out.
I mean, I know you don't go back as far as I do, but you know, Wayne Cooper reminds me so much of somebody from the past. I actually saw him playing the seniors and messaged Stephen Hendry, and he agreed with me. He's like a young version of a fellow called Eddie Sinclair, who you probably don't remember. Scottish professional, good player, played at the Crucible. Looks a bit like him round the table, I have to say, and he could play a bit.
Yeah, I know the
name.
Yeah, before I know the name. I know the name, but
very similar in looks and everything. I mean, I thought you knew everyone in the game, but then of course there is that you're not as old as me, basically, so you can't go back quite as far.
No, I'm not sure I want to tell you.
No, I don't blame you. Don't blame you. So we've got a little lead, but it is only a little lead. How can you keep Holty at bay for 9.5 minutes? Well, there's your answer. You can't do it. Great pot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a great shot.
And he's playing it with safety up his sleeve as well. What do you do? He can nick the points. Not really his usual style, but he might do just to get the lead.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. Just to get the lead and then play a safety shot. Well, I think he's hit that too thin.
I mean, one of the frames he played in the shootout, you know, the year he won it, he played Amin Amiri, who was the Moroccan, and who rolled up behind the black twice against him, and he had him on toast. I mean, it looked like Holty was going to get beaten, and due to his opponent making a couple of errors, he got through that game, and then won the whole thing. It goes to show you.
Yeah, see, Wayne, he played that with a bit of right-hand side and virtually it full in the face there. It's a nice shot. So he completely mucked that safety shot up. Phil Williams, as soon as he got in the studio, he said, "I did what you said, Lee." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "I told the other geezer to break."
Is that what the advice you gave him?
That's the advice I gave him.
How much you charge for that?
Well, you know, I just said,
I thought it was going to be something scientific.
Next time you're at the bar,
yeah,
he owes me.
That's fair enough. And he said, everyone says I'm a slow player. And I'll be honest with you, he's a lovely guy, Phil Williams. I've always thought that.
He is.
But I'm going to put the button there. He used to be painfully slow when he was on the tour. He was one of the slowest of the slow.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure who's slower on the seniors tour. I'm not sure if it's Lee Walker or Phil.
I don't know.
But I'll have a stab that it's Lee, that it's Phil.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, he's not in the room, but if he was, I'd say it because he has been slow and he knows it really. But that's all right. I mean, listen, the game's got to be played differently by different people. You can't all play the same. Everyone's got their own way, best way, haven't they?
Yeah, and the good thing is he's still playing.
Yeah. Wouldn't have thought the format would suit him, but as you saw last year, it does. Meanwhile, Holty he just can't quite break free, can he? And this is a tough shot. Might play the pink to middle, which is unmissable. It is. I wonder where the cue ball, does it head anywhere near the right top left-hand pocket to hit the jaw?
Carefully, doesn't hit the yellow on the way back down. Always avoided that.
No, that's all right though, I think. Well, is it though? Yeah. Well.
Oh, that's evil.
Well, that is absolutely. I mean, Michaela, why would she do a thing like that?
She's just mean.
It's a terrible thing to do. That's where the ball has to go, but it's still a bit much, really.
But this is the perfect rest now for this position. He could have flipped it upside down there, and he's got a spider.
It's dual. It's a multi-purpose rest, I think.
It's a great shot. He's played in a rush there as well. So 6.5 minutes, only 12 in it. So there's, it's just 4 balls.
Oh dear.
Well, you're saying oh dear, but he's had a result.
He has, but the trouble is he's forced Holty into going for one here. If it goes wrong, the roof could fall in on him. Oh no, it didn't go wrong though. He played it with just an air of taking the cue ball away. Nicely on the brown though, and now he's gone a good favourite because this has been a totally different kind of frame to the first one he won, but equally as effective.
But he's cued it so well because there was, there's an argument there that he could have been a bit upset that he wasn't left something easier.
When he lost last year to Sanjay Meghani, I mean, it was an unbelievable turn of events how he lost. Sanjay's an old pal of mine from the snooker club in Ealing. He's practiced together, didn't play much now, but he got some outlandish flukes, which all count. And of course, Holty was just sent packing, wasn't he? Shows you what can happen at this game.
I don't think it's the end of the flukes yet.
No. But this frame is in control now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's at the table. First of all, you don't fancy him to miss, and even if he did miss, these points have got to be overcome now. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, he just looks very comfortable. Just the way he walks around the table, he doesn't look rushed at all. You know, he's played this shot and he's got 15 seconds left. I know there wasn't a lot to think about. You know what shot he's going to play, but he just looks at home. So full stretch here because he hasn't got time to run around and get all the long stuff out and extensions on your cue. But no bother.
27.
Got a good lead now. Very good lead. 39 points. I think it's one of these frames where you might just forget the time. You might just end up 2 many in front. And that's really all that you need to concern yourself with.
So he's looked at this past the green. It must be quite tight because he's had a few good looks at it. Bang in the middle.
This is frame ball barring snookers. I wonder will we ever see a frame one requiring snookers? We've not seen one, have we yet? Not that I can remember anyway. Never happened in all the years of the shootout either.
No, I think you're right. It's just too difficult, isn't it? If somebody needs snookers, they've already been playing quite a few minutes.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Look at this again. Look at him. He's creeping this onto nearly a half-century break again. He's been the outstanding player this week. So far, anyway.
48.
Could be an early night, Neal.
You think?
49.
I'm already thinking about the draw, you know, and who Patsy's going to play. I'd love to see Patsy win, not at the expense of anyone in particular. I've got my mind on tomorrow night's draw. This match is over. You know, Holt is won. Who can Patsy beat tomorrow? I mean, I don't know who. I don't want to mention names, but like looking at this list now.
Well, you know, Cameron Holt's not that experienced.
No, well, I wish him well if he plays him. Don't get me wrong, it's not favouritism.
No.
He's a dear friend of mine, and I thought he's unlucky in the frame tonight, so I'm hoping he gets you just pull the balls out nicely tonight, you know, that's all I'll say. Be kind. Be kind, Lee.
I might let you go second for a change, because they weren't thanking me last week.
No, okay. This has been a superb break.
67.
I mean, he's going to go potentially a break of 89 on the back of 109. No, he's missed that, but that was plenty enough.
So there you have it, folks. Our first finalist tonight is Michael Holt, and we'll be back straight after this with the analysis, if you can say it.
Welcome back. How about that? A wonderful performance once again, Michael Holt. 7-2 to win the week before a ball was struck this evening. What price now will he be to win the group?
Well, look, all he's done is enhance what we knew. Anyone that hadn't really seen much of him, just looking at him almost like he's playing a different game to everyone else. I mean, by far the best performance so far of any of the 4 weeks, would you say?
Yeah, 100%. He's class. In my opinion, he should be on the main tour. He's been, I don't know if it's unlucky to fall off. You had him in the studio earlier. He said it was his fault he fell off, but he's a class player. I mean, and he's lovely to watch.
If you was talking racing term and racing people watch this, say he's a group horse running in a handicap. That's what they'd say, isn't it?
They do. And what about our players that will be coming in tomorrow night? Who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, I'm looking to see how Cameron Holt gets on, because he's like he's a pool player. He's from the area. His technique is a little bit different from your standard snooker player. You know, his tip is away from the cue ball. He's sort of holds the cue too long, but he can pot 'em, you know, and he played well in the qualifiers. So I'm looking forward to seeing who he's got and how he handles it. But it's going to be noisy in here because he's going to come in with a force of people.
He's from Reading, isn't he? And
Yeah.
that's where we're based. If you're watching us at home, we're at the Crucible here in Reading. So lots of home support. What about yourself? Fouldsy.
Gary Thompson is a player I don't know him that well personally. I've spoken to him at venues. He's from Scotland. I've seen him at a lot of the Scottish Open, but he's a player that's been in and around snooker for many years, and he's got strong opinions on the game. I've seen him on social media and various other forums where he speaks about the things he loves. He's passionate about stuff.
Okay, well, he'll be in the spotlight tomorrow night, of course. And you got Matt Glasby and Conor Benzie. Now, Conor Benzie, he's coming through the Q Stars, and he actually played in the 900. Well suited to this format with his speed.
Quick.
Yeah,
he's quick. Good young potter. He is suited for this. He's going to be a problem for anybody tomorrow. It's like, and you think you've got Gerard Green's going to be in there tomorrow. He's going to have to face somebody, and it's already tough for him tomorrow. But also, Matt Glasby is a very strong amateur. He plays in everything. Everywhere you go, he's in it. So it's just tough tomorrow.
He's had to replace Sid Wilson because he's had a shoulder injury, so we'll be welcoming Matt Glasby tonight. It sounds like you're quite buzzing about the draw this evening, the pair of you listening at the commentary box. It's like, hold on, we're not doing it yet.
No, we're not doing it yet, but, it's always very interesting to see who gets who, whether it's players who lost tonight against each other or... a couple of the guys that come in tomorrow against each other. But, I'm on Patsy Fagan watch tomorrow.
Okay, and we will be on Ryan Davis and Philip Williams watch next because that's the second semi-final of the evening. Ryan Davis 4-6, Philip Williams 11-10. How do we go with this one, do we think?
Well, Ryan Davis is young and he's quick, so he's got an advantage straight away. But Phil is like, he keeps winning at this, and he's got all those years of experience. So... I'm sitting on the fence at the moment.
Listen, it's cocoa time. You're supposed to be like getting a bit of a perco.
Well, I am, but we're only 15 minutes away from the draw.
No, but I know, but I understand why you're saying that, because Philip Williams, I doubt he's hardly ever been favourite to win any of those matches, and he keeps confounding everybody by winning them. He's always been a slow player, right? He's finding ways to win. He's wily.
Do you know why I think he's winning? So he's just so calm, isn't he?
He's a lovely guy.
So chilled out. Even just talking to him, you just feel instantly relaxed, almost, don't you? But is it a case of yes, he's been slow in the past, and is it a case of in this format he can play quicker because he doesn't have to think and kind of get bogged down?
Well, I don't think. I don't know about you, but I don't think he can score anymore. He's not going to make 80 in one visit.
Well, I kind of think that look, he doesn't make the mistakes that someone like I would running around the table, trying to play too far. And Lee Walker's the same. They just don't make the silly mistakes that some of the quickest players make. It's that simple.
Right, he's on the fence. What about you?
Look, I think Ryan Davis will win, but as I say, Philip has kippered us a few times, but I just think Ryan will end up winning this game because I think he's quite good in the format and he's quick and he's a good player.
He certainly is. So Ryan Davis, Philip Williams for a place in tonight's mini-final up against Michael Holt, of course, whoever comes through this, and we'll have the draw then.
The draw will follow, and I'm looking forward to the draw.
Okay.
Oh my.
I'm looking forward to the snooker. Let's rejoin Billy Castle, who's in the commentary box.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Welcome back to our second semi-final, week 4, night 1, between Philip Williams of Wales and Ryan Davies of England. And Ryan Davies is going to break. Good opening break off for Ryan. Philip's got to not hit this off thick. It's fine. Yeah, welcome back, Neal.
Yeah, thanks, Billy. I mean, as I was saying there in the studio, you do feel that, Ryan Davis should really be winning this sort of match, but the experience of Phil Williams comes into his own, I think. He's not really... You wouldn't think this would be his format, but he seems to have found a way of just getting through matches. This will be a tough one for him, though, I think.
Yeah, I think the way Phil plays, there's no secret that he's... Like he said himself, he likes to take his time, and that's his way of playing. But he got to the final last year. He's already beat young Alfie Lee, a finalist of last year, so he keeps proving us wrong now.
He does. And I think sometimes, in this format and the other short format of the game, the shootout, the slow players sometimes end up doing better than you think because their mind is made up. They have to play quicker. They haven't got any choice unless they want to run out of time. You know, I've seen, you know, what do you call it? Martin O'Donnell has done well in the shootout before. Players like Dave Harold when he was playing and Rod Lawler have done pretty well and not really meant to because they're meant to be too slow, but they find a way. So it's not all about speed. I think it's better if you're naturally quicker though. Clearly, you haven't got that problem. Michael Holt is one of those that's quick enough. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that was open. Nice opening red there from Ryan. He landed a little bit straight on the blue, so it's a queuing shot there, and he just cannoned into the black. I just wonder if he try and drop this black in and leave the long red up into the yellow pocket.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you drop it in, you're giving it a better chance of going in than playing it with pace, aren't you? So that's the best thing about it.
It's played that on a little bit of pace, you know, like you said, and it's just end up rattling it.
But if he'd rolled that, might have dropped. Might have.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he might have rolled it in because obviously the where the red is up in the yellow pocket. But never mind, it's a opportunity for Phil now to.
Don't know, that yellow, if it goes, I don't think it's a full pocket. He's looked at it twice.
Yeah, it's almost like one of them yellows where you got to be sort of dead straight on it.
Yeah. He could go into the red if he's not careful here. Definitely partly in the way, but no.
He had enough room there.
Well played.
Let's see, he's got an extension out on the shot here. And he's still got over 10 seconds left, so there's a lot of time, Neil. It's not like you need to rush.
Oh,
man, didn't see that one coming because there was no pressure on that shot at all.
What do you do now, though? You see snooker on that. Suppose you can just roll up to it if you can get behind the black.
Yeah, if he can get behind the black. He shouldn't leave the red up into the yellow pocket because the blue will be covered that.
Yeah, of course he's hit the cushion.
It's very tight.
A little stalemate here. What does anybody do? He hasn't got to do anything, Phil Williams, really. I mean, a cushion will be struck here. I might try and get him behind the black, which will be handy, but the bump might be in play. Oh, well, he did nothing there.
Yeah, now Ryan could play a delicate little screw back shot in behind the black here. But obviously he's got to get cover on that red up into the pocket, so he's got to make sure of this if he plays it.
Well, there's a shot. Now, you mentioned he plays billiards, all right? And that was a little billiards little touch, wasn't it? You know, it was a lovely little touch. Okay, I think he'll get out of this snooker.
Yeah, just be careful the slide there. Absolutely fine.
Can't afford to give away a foul and give ball in hand. Touching ball. Now he could get behind the black again here.
Yeah, touching ball makes it a little bit easier there, Neil. Touching ball, because if it wasn't, you have to obviously hit a red. Yep.
There you have it again. Definitely his bit of billiard skill has helped him to show touch in important shots. There you are. It's just a still string to his bow, but at the moment Phil Williams got all the answers, isn't he? It's an interesting little battle, this. Touching again? Oh, God, blimey.
Yeah, Phil wouldn't have wanted that.
Phil will just stand down there and pull up a chair down this corner, I think. Because he's playing all of his shots from there.
He's got to be a little bit careful now, because there's a gap slowly arising in the middle of that pack there. We could potentially leave a red to the left corner.
Well, this is, you wouldn't see a battle like this very often, would you, in the 900? Not touching this time, so, I mean, he could, what's he playing here?
Yeah, he's played off the cushion first.
Because he can't roll into them, so he's finding a way. It's a good shot. Extraordinary battle this, isn't it? Now he's got to play the same. Phil Williams, he's like watching a different game. Because if you get this wrong, I suppose you could push a red on.
I think, has he left this? No, has he left this red to the right corner here? Where he could play it, lead the white race and be on the black.
I haven't seen a 900 frame ever go this way. But you see, it's a good way of playing it because he's just basically rolling to the reds, but he's using the cushion. Now Philip Williams, now what is he's in trouble?
Yeah, I was just wondering if he could run to the side cushion and get the yellow for a blocker on that, on the reds.
This is like chess with balls, isn't it, as they say?
Yeah, some good safety going on here. This little battle, because not only have they got to play off the cushion, they're also not leaving anything. Yeah, they're blocking this red off.
He hasn't got a shot here, I don't think. So what does he do? He's not done badly, but he's left something, a red up the end, which or it might be a big pocket, Billy, do you think?
Yeah, it's a big pocket, definitely. I was just about to say that. Where he could, he could play the little cannon on the red to the right of it, and well, he's not going to play
He's
that.
playing the plant, I think. Unlucky.
Oh, that wasn't far away. It's a
Good
good
cue
cue
ball,
ball.
though. Yeah. That's what they call the old shark shot. Great white. So what do you do here?
Yeah, you might be thinking of a big pocket here, Neal, like
Yep.
we were saying. Try and aim this red eye into the pocket. And this looks good.
Oh, is it the bit in between the two where not directly and not off the other red? I mean, when that happens, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, very annoying, because a fraction more.
Either way.
And you know that the red was going in. He's nicely on the black.
He's left the red up on the over the pocket.
Careful where this cue ball's going there.
Well, you didn't want to. You can't believe it. It's been a very interesting frame, a different frame. I leave Richardson behind the shirt. He's getting very excited about this because he's a bit like inside. There's the snooker nerd inside all of us, and he's no different.
Yeah, we'll see all the breaks tonight so far, and that Neal. But this is quite interesting frame to watch, to be honest. Like a game of cat and mouse. This.
It is. It is. It's a low score, all right. There you go. Oh, he missed that by an absolute mile. But this has gone lucky as well, so there's not much potting going on, but a lot of strategy.
Yeah, now we're down to 6 minutes, so... Looked a little bit aside on this.
Not bad though. I think he had to open them up there, no choice. So again, he's got to get that cue ball back if he can. In behind the black somewhere. Who's going to blink first?
Yeah, it's been... The tactical side of this has been very good. Or has he fluked to reds? No.
He's got the cue ball coming back all the time. All the reds are going up the other end. They're still hitting cushions on these shots, which of course is the hard bit to do.
Yeah, I was wondering if he'd be tempted by this red to the middle and screw the white into the left side cushion.
It's either do or die, isn't it? It seems to me, that shot. Well, he hit it very hard. Part of him wonder if he did try and get that cue ball close to the cushion. Now Philip doesn't really want to play this red, does he? But and also if he plays it, what colour's he on? I mean, he's putting his head on the chopping block playing this shot, isn't he?
Yeah, because it's not as easy to get a path back towards a colour here. He's missed it.
He knew it, didn't you? He didn't want to play it. He had to. I suppose he could have played safe, but he had to do something. He is. Well, there's hardly anything in the frame, and it's a very, very low scoring frame. Well, Ryan has got a great chance now, and he's been very patient waiting for this. Sport for choice. All those reds are up there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of reds into good areas now.
Yeah, I mean, he's even played through the gap here, Billy, between the brown and the two reds.
Yeah, he's on 2 reds to the middle. Possibly 2 reds to the left corner. He's just choices.
Doesn't really matter what colours he takes. I think even red yellows. It's just that he's at the table. Time's going down. Points are slowly going up.
Yeah, he could just stay in the middle of the table for a minute. He's got no need to play for the pink or black yet.
Saying earlier on, Elliot Slessor was the man who beat him in the English Open last week. I mean, a good player, Elliot. Lost 4-2, Ryan, in that match, but good experience, and I reckon he is a decent player. I like the way he plays. I said earlier on it. I like the way he sort of the wrists go through on the shots on the back arm. He gets a lot of cue movement. He's quite a good player.
Yeah, he is. He's a very good player, young Ryan. So I've seen a lot of him now and for the amateur tournaments, and yeah, he's very, very good.
Quiet lad, isn't he? Doesn't say a lot, but good coach with him, and a good little combination. So at this moment, he looks like he's going to be in the final, doesn't he? I mean, there is still time, but that's on the understanding that Ryan is eventually going to miss something.
Yeah, I mean, going back to him and his coach, John Farmer, as you know, he's a very good guy to have in your corner. He's worked with quite a few players now, and there's a bit of crowd in there who's obviously backing Ryan tonight.
Well, apparently Cameron Holt's going to come in mob-handed tomorrow night, isn't he? Bring a lot of big lot of support with him.
I should imagine there'll be quite a few in for Cameron tomorrow night. A local lad from Reading, he's been doing a lot of practice for it, and when he got the call up for it, he said it's made his year. So
that'd be nice. Nice to see him play. It's been a good break this. It was a long time coming. Phil Williams has completely closed out in this frame. He did have that red to the middle. It was horrid. He didn't fancy it much. I thought he'd get it, mind.
Yeah, it was a horrible shot there, because he had to drop it in as well to leave the brown to the middle. It was a horrible shot.
It was. It certainly was.
But this is a good break here from Ryan. It's going to be a good final tonight, Neal. Well, Michael Holt was playing brilliantly, and Ryan, it's going to be...
You can't argue with the two players in the final tonight. They have been the best two players, haven't they? I mean, I know people say that, but you can't... There's no other way of looking at it. These two have been completely outstanding.
42.
He's a nice striker on the board, he is, Ryan.
I like his game, I'd say it's been there for a while. I mean, I've seen him for a couple of years now. He played in the shootout, he's played in a few things, played in this last season. And it's a long apprenticeship playing this game, but he's doing a good job. He's made a lovely break here.
Got the Browning at the half century. Yep.
Very good from Ryan Davis. He was very patient. In the end, a break at 52. He's in tonight's final, which will be taking place, and the draw for tomorrow after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. Just one more match to come. Monday's final of week 4, and we've seen some really good snooker this evening. The standard has been high, and it's going to be Michael Holt and Ryan Davis. And to be fair, you could have predicted this, couldn't you? Because they're two strong players in this week's group.
Yeah, I mean, with Michael Holt, we kind of knew. I think a few of us were maybe just looking at the alternative to Michael Holt, thinking he'd do what last year. But ultimately, he's played two terrific frames, and he looks really like he's just coasting as well. I think he just looks as if he's done this all his life, which he almost has, really.
Yeah, and he's very confident.
But when
obviously.
you win like that, it takes nothing out of you because it's just coming on. You see it all easy, make 100, you come in, you see it all easy again, you make 80. You know, that's the way he makes the game look. And sometimes it is that easy if you don't get bogged down with, you know, the ball's going awkward. But sometimes they do.
A strong start, isn't it? You know, you can make a big break and then you suddenly fancy it, don't you? More than, you know, having a little bit of bad luck and fouls, and he had all sorts of things go against him last year, Michael Holt.
Yeah, but I think with him, I think he's done so well in the shootout, having won it and been runner-up and other good performances, that he knows that he might be able to get in and win the frame in one visit, or he might think this is an awkward frame now. If I nick 20 lead, that's the way of winning it. So he's kind of worked out all ways you can win. It's not always the same way.
That was a very tactical frame, wasn't it, that we just saw with Philip Williams and Ryan Davis, but in the end Ryan took them well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the black was over the hole and they had a tip-tappy off the cushion, but it was good stuff. You know, sometimes you get tactical, but they both sort of looked like they knew what they were doing. Yeah, and then Phil, you know, he's a bit unlucky. He's potted the red over the corner pocket and landed against the pink with the black over the other pocket. And then he's had the tricky red in the middle where he didn't really have a colour to play on. And you know, you just don't deliver the hue like you want to because you don't want to lose the white ball. And, of course, he missed the pot into the middle.
It was a horrible pot. And then, of course, he made a 50 break from it. So, you know, the two best players are sure as anything in tonight's final, I think.
Well, the bookies are making Michael Holt the favourite, 8-13, Ryan Davis 6-5. Where are you going? Who do you think is going to win tonight's final, Neal?
I think Ryan. I mean, I've got to stick with Ryan.
He's your outsider for the week as well.
Yeah, I think the value's there. You know, Holt's the correct favourite, though. You can't argue with that either. But I'll stick with Ryan.
Yeah, I fancy Holty.
I can understand why.
You know, he's my pundit's pick. It's too natural for him.
If he wins this, keeps playing like this, right, and he wins on Wednesday night, he'll be about a 5-2 chance to win the whole thing. It'll be no bigger because the bookmakers will be running scared of him.
I'm more concerned about being called a nerd.
A snooker nerd.
It's all right.
Come on.
I'm a snooker nerd.
We're all snooker nerds.
We
It's
love
a
the game.
compliment.
Okay.
Right, come on. Let's get on with the draw then. This is, of course, for tomorrow night. We've got the losers in there from tonight and the 4 new players that are coming in. Connor Benzie, Matt Glasby, Cameron Holt and Gary Thompson.
How do you want to do it then?
What are you thinking? Well, I'm sick of getting the blame. I can go first?
You go first.
You sure?
Then. Yeah.
You sure?
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
As long as a ball comes out, I'm happy.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Gary Thompson, a former professional from Scotland, multiple Scottish amateur champion.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Gerard Green, a former professional. 30 years a pro.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Number 5.
Number 5 is Hamim Hussein, who of course lost out, didn't get much of a chance against Michael Holt.
He was bageled tonight,
He was bageled indeed.
Against number 3.
And number 3 is Cameron Holt, who was a big price, one of the big outsiders to win this week's group, but anything
I think that's 2 qualifiers.
Yeah.
2 qualifiers
they know the
play
format.
each other. That's good for one of them.
It is.
Number 2.
And number 2 is Matt Glasby, and Matt's replacing Sid Wilson, who's had to pull out due to injury.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Alfie Lee, who was very disappointed. He lost last night. He'll be coming back strong tomorrow night, no doubt. Made the grand final last season.
And number 1?
Number 1 is Connor Benzie, who also played in the 900, fast player. And he's in there.
Well, we've only got 1 left.
Number 6.
Number 6 is the legend, and that is Patsy Fagan, the 1977 UK champion. So there you go, Connor Benzie, Patsy Fagan, the last match. And we'll be able to show you how it's all going to pan out tomorrow night. Gary Thompson, Gerard Green, Hamim Hussein and Cameron Holt, Matt Glasby and Alfie Lee, and Connor Benzie and Patsy Fagan. So quick reaction, Lee?
Okay, well, obviously you got Patsy Fagan, got the young fast kiddie, Connor, and you know, it's going to be one extreme to the other there. But you know, Gerard Green, Gary Thompson, I kind of feel the match of that is Hamim and Cameron because they both qualified. You know, obviously it's a difficult one to pick between Matt Glasby and Alfie Lee because they're both, you know, top amateurs. But I think the match there is Hamim and Cameron. I really do. I think it's possibly, you know, Cameron's got to be happy with that because all the others are pros without them being pros.
Looking further than that, right, if you were Gerard Green, disappointed tonight, you're in the top half. Now, Gary Thompson knows a good player, but he's going on cold. So Gerard plays Gary Thompson. Should he win, he plays the winner of those two. So that is a good part of the draw for Gerard to do his stuff, you know, having missed out tonight.
Yep. Definitely. And now you left me with the bottom half, thanks.
Well, no, the bottom half's really more difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, because you've got, Conor Benzie's going to go for him for sure. Alfie Lee's going to go for him, but Matt Glaspie is, he enters everything. If somebody isn't matched up, then I don't know who is.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, just entering everything is not really enough of it. Not a compliment, is it? I mean, I'm sure he's good, but you'd say, I thought you'd say Potts everything.
He'd go to the opening of a fridge.
But that's not. Anyone can do that. I know. I think he's a good player.
No, I have, obviously.
But you're saying, he enters them all.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, he's good. He's hungry for it. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm not in them anymore. But I see the results coming.
Good player.
It's a different form of punditry on this show, isn't there? Yeah, he enters everything. Yeah. Does he win anything?
Well, he's good.
He does.
Good.
No, he is good. But I just thought he should have described him better than that. Oh, he enters all the tournaments.
He's as bold as me, nearly.
Are we ready for the final?
Definitely.
Great. Yeah. I think we all are. It's getting late, isn't it? And we've had some high-quality stuff so far. What will the final bring? Michael Holt, 8-13. He's brought his A-game tonight here to the Crucible. He's up against Ryan Davis, 6-5. And these guys will be back in the commentary box in a tick.
So, welcome back, snooker fans. This is the final of Week 4, Night 1. With the favourite Michael Holt coming up against Ryan Davis from Wales. So, the runner-up's going to get $250 tonight, and the winner's going to get £500. They're both in Wednesday's final. So it's all about a bit of pocket money now, and what an opening red from Ryan Davis. What a shot.
Well, it's an absolute cruncher, wasn't it? Tremendous. Very talented player, I think. And what does he do here? He'd love to roll behind the green, but that'll be a foul. He'd also love to drill that long blue in, but he's not taking that sort of a risk.
Ryan Davies, 1.
Yeah, he knew what he was going to play straight away, though, and he's got great cover on all the balls there. That green has just landed in a perfect...
Do you think he tried to put the green in line as well, in the firing line? He might have done.
Well, he got the cue ball exactly where he sort of placed his cue on the bulk cushion. So, a little bit fortunate to find the gap there. That could have gone wrong in so many ways, but he's done well because he was in a spot of bother there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he proved what a good safety player he is now. Quite inventive he is with his safety. In that last match with Phil Williams, is the way it went. There was a lot of clever shots played by the pair. A long bout of safety. Nothing was potted for ages. Hit the bump. Don't want to do that.
So first real chance then to Ryan. Pink's available. The black goes into one pocket.
I really like the way he hits the ball, and I'll keep on about it, but I do like his cue action. I like everything about the way he hits the ball. But, it's not all about that. He could have a bit of a snooker brain as well, and I think he's got that also.
4.
And let's be honest, Lee, this is not a bad chance. If he can get to the right side of the black, it goes to the left corner comfortably, as you can see. He could knock a few in here. He needs that to slow down. Oh, you're joking. Oh, that was overstruck.
Yeah. Because he had quite a bit of room to play with there, but the adrenaline will be pumping for sure.
11.
Yeah, it really was a good chance. At least he plays a good safety shot to end, you know. This is where he's doing good stuff. He's got a good all-round style for this form of the game, I think.
It's a good safety shot. It's another tricky one for Michael. He's caught that perfect. Apart from, he's put the red over both pockets.
Oh no, but look at that cue ball.
Well, as soon as I saw it hit the triangle of reds, you sort of knew that he'd hit it the perfect weight. So these youngsters love these long pots.
Again, to be honest, if he was confident in the pot in that, he should probably have played it at different pace, I think. Either less pace or to come in and out of bulk. He played it almost like a safety shot pace, didn't he?
Yeah, I'll make you right there. I think, you know, if he hits it any harder, he's probably going to get that sort of banana-y kind of, it's going to throw out wider. But he's rolled in a great green there, knowing he was leaving the red over the pocket. So now it's just one good positional shot to get on the pink or black here.
Yeah, and it is, because if he can get above the pink, you have a choice between pink or black. That's what he was saying. Well, he doesn't want that back. Yeah, a couple of kisses is all right. We knew this was a difficult group, and I think these two in the final, this is a sign that this group's been really tough. These are the best two players, and they've both played well tonight.
So he's got to be careful here because the pink doesn't go on its own spot. So Mark will be placing it underneath the triangle of three reds. So it needs to play. I hope he spotted that.
I think it's a great call, and I think you've spotted something that he may not have seen. He's on the other red, I think, anyway. But it's a good shout what you're saying. The red that he might have been thinking about getting on, he's blocked off, but the other one does go at least.
Yeah. So he's gonna try and screw this red in with a little bit of left, run it round off two cushions for the black into the same pocket. He's overhit this, has he?
I get the feeling the table he's playing on tonight is quicker than what he practices on, which is likely anyway. He's overhit a couple, hasn't he? It's all right though.
So a similar shot, just needs to miss that red there, that's it. Perfect. For the two reds into the same pocket, he's played that perfectly.
27.
So the youngsters nowadays just have no fear, Neal. It's
no, it's always been like that, isn't it? This game, and of course, as you get slightly older, you start to worry about everything. It's true.
He's finding the pace of this white ball now off that same shot.
I mean, Michael Holt, he's not really had a chance, this friend. And you can see him standing up there, straining at the leash for something to come his way.
36.
But I don't know. I mean, if he gets on a red from this blue here, Ryan, then I'm not sure that Holty will get a chance.
Yeah, it's not an easy positional shot, though.
No. Left hand running side, just a trace. Top red goes, and he's a left-hander, so I think he'll be able to reach it. It's not perfect.
41.
The problem with being a quick player like this is that you can make 50 and there's still loads of time left. There's still the same amount of time left, 7.5 minutes. We're just past the halfway mark.
That's true, but I think his plan will be to counteract that by just leaving no balls on the table at the end. I think that's the strategy.
Yeah.
There's nothing left on the table when he finishes.
And he looks like that's going to be the case as well. So one good shot here, right hand side, one cushion,
Not so easy to reach for a left-hander from that side, though, is it? That's Mark causing him a problem here. Need the rest.
Yeah, he just didn't quite get into the cue ball there. He had the right-hand side on, but needed a little bit more screw.
Yeah, it just didn't look comfortable on it, did he?
Ryan Davies, 45.
No. But, so,
actually, I've just worked out why he didn't look comfortable on it. Because he's a left-hander who uses the rest right-handed. And on that side of the table, it looks awkward because if you were right-handed, you wouldn't be using the rest.
exactly. Exactly.
And so many players do that.
So, I think he was walking then. Was he? Did he think that was in?
Oh yeah. He's had his wings clipped, doesn't he? Here, Holty, the hitman. I mean, he won't change his price for Wednesday. If anything, if he's going to get a bad frame out of the way, it would be here. He'd like to win tonight, of course. Is this in as well? I'm not sure Holty's going to be too pleased about this. I don't think you can see his face at all. Be nonplussed, wouldn't he?
So I think he's got to just dump the green somewhere near the red on this right-hand side cushion and just put the cue ball on that side cushion. He's obviously running down his 20 seconds, but just stick the green down there. That's
Sand
it.
and cement treatment he's given it.
That's it.
Because he can win, actually. Would do well, but this will be a clearance and a half. 4 reds, 4 blacks, all the colours. So he's muttering. Some mutterings there from Holty.
Ryan's having none of it.
He's unmoved.
So this is it. Match ball.
Yeah, and of course he's going to be our winner. And he'll be coming in and having a chat with Rachel as well, which is going to be nice. You can hear from the lad. Really nice player. It'd be great to hear from him. A little chat with him earlier on. He's a very modest youngster, but got a steely determination about him. Played really well tonight.
So there we have it, folks. Week 4 winner. Night 1, Ryan Davis. We'll get him in the studio straight after this break.
So glad you stayed up with us tonight for week 4 of the 900, and you saw a very good performance from Ryan Davis, who joins Neal and I in the studio. Congratulations. Do you feel like you're getting stronger out there?
Yeah, definitely felt more relaxed then towards the end. Got used to the turbo a bit as well. It was quite slidey. I found it, so happy with my performance.
Is that quicker table than what you practice on?
Yeah, quite a bit.
I thought that, because it takes some getting used to, doesn't it? I mean, is it your table a good, like a star table or anything?
It's just a steel block table with heaters on, but no one near as good as that.
But it takes a bit of time to get used to the conditions, doesn't it? You know, it's not something you can just adapt to immediately. So what are you going to stay down, or I mean, what are you going to do until Wednesday?
I'm going to have to stay over because it's quite a drive back for me. To Manchester, so yeah.
And what, practice tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be in club. Yeah.
See? Dedication.
Yeah, talking about dedication. In the last couple of years, obviously you sprung on the scene of the shootout when you were just driving in long balls and everything. We were so impressed with you. In the last couple of years, how much do you feel like you've improved as a player, and what have you been working on the most?
Yeah, I've definitely improved quite a bit. My all-round game's a lot better now. I feel like cue ball control's getting there. Still not the best, but I feel like if I improve on that, I'll be tough.
What is that? What you go through with your coach? Is it what is the general? Just practice everything, or have you got certain routines?
Yeah, just anything really. If I feel like I'm struggling with something, I'll try my best to improve on that.
And what about getting on the tour? I mean, I know that you must have enjoyed playing the English. We discussed that earlier. I'm sure that the bottom line is getting on the tour. So, what's the best way of you getting on the tour? Is it Q school, or are there other methods?
Well, I've had a decent start on the Q Tour as well, so I'm hoping to get in the top 16 with that and get in the playoffs.
And then, is it only one player, is it, or 2?
Yeah, there's I think there's 4 this year.
Oh wow!
Number 1 rank gets on, and there's 3 different playoffs
of eight players.
It's a tough old school. Well, wish him well with it because you've seen tonight what a player he is. So it'd be good to see him on the tour.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. And Martin O'Donnell got back on that way, I think, didn't he? And he's flying again. And we talked about working on your safety and your all-round game. I suppose in the modern game now, we look at a player like Judd Trump, who probably started off, really brilliant with his long potting, exciting snooker, but you really have to adapt, and you've got to work hard on all of those elements.
Yeah, otherwise you just get found out.
Who's your favourite player?
I wouldn't really say I have one, but I think Judd's the best to watch.
Yeah.
I think actually there's a similarity in their games. Genuinely, I like the way you are. You're a left-hander, use the rest right-handed like Judd. You kind of a good sort of the way your wrists come through the ball. I don't know if you ever looked at Judd's. I think your technique's better than his actually because he don't cue straight. But there's a similarity, would you say, between your game and Judd's?
Yeah, I suppose when the long potting as well. It's quite a strong part of the game.
But even then, the other thing that he did show was, you showed really good maturity in that frame with Philip, good safety. So it's all there, Rachel. It's all there. All the boxes are being ticked.
And that's a good compliment, isn't it? Similar to Judd Trump. You'll take that, and you'll take the money for winning tonight. We'll see you back on Wednesday. Great stuff. Congratulations to Ryan Davis, our Monday night winner here. And of course, the draw's been done. 4 losers from tonight up against 4 new players. So let's confirm that for you. And we can get some more reflection reaction with Lee, who's on his way back here into the studio. And Gary Thompson, Gerard Green tomorrow night, Hamim Hussain and Cameron Holt, Matt Glasby and Alfie Lee. And then further down, you've got Conor Benzie up against Patsy Fagan. A whole lot of experience there with the 1977 UK champion, our legend this week. Lee, your selection was tonight, your pundit's pick?
My pundit's pick was Michael Holt, but we knew this could happen. I mean, the best thing that happened for Ryan there is that we were talking about in comms, he had the same shot virtually into one pocket time and time after again. And after he overhit the first one, all of a sudden, the next 2 or 3, he got absolutely perfect. And they'd all love to have a practice on that table because now he knows exactly how to hit that shot. So, he's going to be trouble. He's going to be trouble.
He's a realistic contender to win the lot this week now, isn't he? Because he's really settled into the playing conditions, the whole situation. And it seems like having him in here, absolutely nothing phases him. He was your outsider this week.
He was. I like his game, and I like Alfie Lee. He didn't get through tonight, but he's got a second bite of the cherry tomorrow. He was unlucky, actually, when you think about it, Alfie, because he got in first, looked fine. Then he had a shirt foul, and that was his chance gone, really. So I'm not ruling out that he could come good.
Yeah, for sure.
So still going strong in terms of your pundit picks?
Yeah, I still got Wayne Cooper in there as well. The Coops is he's a great player as well. So it's going to be tough tomorrow. But I am looking forward to seeing, is it Conor?
Benzie.
No. Yeah, Conor Benzie.
Cameron Holt.
And Cameron Holt.
Yeah.
Getting late, isn't it?
Yeah.
Way past your bedtime.
They're coming mob-handed tomorrow, apparently, to Reading, the Cameron Holt fan
the
club.
Reading Massive.
Yeah, big coach loads. They'll all be here.
It's definitely getting too late for you as well. Right, good night, and thank you to Lee and to Neal. Good to be back together. And of course, as ever, thank you for staying up so late with us. And we'll be doing it all again tomorrow night here on Sporty Stuff TV, 10 p.m. For now, sleep well. Bye-bye.